for the engine now after you just done and inspect every part and made sure that there's no cracks and so on in the gas tank and other parts like the head part of the engine. You just want to make sure there's no little cracks around the perimeter area where the head gasket makes the seal on. Make sure that's smooth, you know. And another thing, you put your finger, and just rub it around the wall area of where the piston goes up and down. Make sure that there's also no kinds of cracks or scratches, like really deep scratches that now for your valves you want to make sure you take these out, and you can see that there is still black right here and you want to clean that, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. But to take off the valves right here, you're going to want to take off this. So take off these two screws right here. Okay, once you take those two screws off, this will pop off and look like this. And you'll notice that there's two springs in there, and those are pusher rods down right here. If you could see right now where I'm pointing at with the screwdriver, on the tip you'll see this little groove right here. That's on this washer right here, on the bottom right here. You want to spin this, lift it up and spin it until you see it, and then when you see it you'll know that there's a gap on this washer, and it tells you when you lift it up and you want to push and just wiggle the best way you can, it'll actually pop off and look like this, how it's all the way down like that. And then once you do that, go over here and just pull off the rod. And you see that little groove right there, and you're supposed to lift it up and it should pop out of place right there, just like that. It'll just come right off. So yeah, it's a little tricky to do it, but you can do it if you grab two flathead screwdrivers and just wiggle it around until you see that little gap right there on that one side. If you don't see it, some of them don't have them. Just try to do the best you can to figure out the easiest way to get these off, and when you get it off, you just pull out both valves. I'm going to show you how to really clean your valves really good. Now, things you want to look out for, especially on the exhaust valve, you can always tell that you'll see this black junk on it right here. You can see, barely you can see because the lighting in here sucks, but you'll see that there's black all the way around right here, and you want to just clean it with a wire brush type grinder. Is the best way you can. Just be careful. You want to go like this and like that, and wear safety goggles, of course. After you clean these valves with the wire brush grinder, or you can use a handheld type grinder and put it in a vise and then tape the trigger shut. Speaking of tape, you're going to want to get this, and you're going to want to get a moto tool and a drill. The tape is to hold the trigger shut, so you don't have to do three things at once. Okay, now you want to stick your drill inside of a vise of some sort, and you're going to want to unplug it and tape the trigger shut with some tape, electrical tape or masking tape, whatever tape you can get a hold of. Now you grab one of the valves, any valve you want. You can grab the exhaust or the intake one. You can always tell that the intake is always bigger than the exhaust. The exhaust one is always smaller in diameter. So right now I'm going to grab the intake valve. I'm going to tighten it into the chuck of the drill. Right now I don't have a key, so I'm going to hand tighten. There we go. Now, go grab yourself a moto tool, and it looks like this, and you want to get that dish right here for cutting metal, and you're going to want to use that. Just take your moto tool as it's running, full throttle, of course. You don't want to run it slow. You want to open it up as fast as you can run your moto tool, and you're going to want to get See this angle right here? It looks like 45 degrees from here to here. You're going to want to take your moto tool, carefully touch right here. Just like that. You don't want to go too deep until you see all the way around the valve. It's going to look really shiny. Then you know you're done. Take it off, and there you go. You got a nice clean finish on your valve. After you do this procedure right here, you want to relap your lap your seal on your engine, which is right here. It makes a better lapping job because it's got the little grooves on there, and it actually makes it even, and then just makes a fresh seal on the valve. Here's what it looks like. It's a lot better now. That's better, as you can see. Okay, now after you do that, you can see that they're pretty shiny and clean, and now you want to lap them. You want to lap your valves, and you're going to make a better seal on your engine, so they'll make a nice airtight seal when they sit properly. As the engine is running, of course, get a little bit of this lapping compound. It's right now I'm using the fine valve lapping compound. I don't have any rougher compound right now. I'm just right now I'm just going to use this. So I'm just going to go over it with my finger, just like this. Once you get that done, wipe your finger off with a rag or something and put it right inside where it sits. Should go down. Right now it's like kind of rough. There we go. There. I want to wipe down the top of it. Use a little bit of extra lacquer thinner. That gets all the slippery stuff and grease off. Same with this. You're going to want to use this to spin the valves, so it laps the valve, so it makes a fine seat seal. So here we go. Sometimes these things don't work good because they're cheap, but you can get them at Kragen's. These you can get at Kragen's right here. They're only like $5 or something like that, $10. Come in a pack of 2.